Hello everyone, it's Andrew, and in the last episode we gathered the second piece of the page that would give us the rhyme that we need to get into Baron Von Ghoul's room, and now we are on our way to Dr. Crackpot's lab. And the journey there is going to be slightly interesting because here we are in the kitchen, and notice the fact that we are surrounded by, well, not really surrounded by, but there are a number of Medusas, as well as a few flaming imps in the room. So, if you want to head down the way to where you fought against Amber, you'll find the rare tome in the room, and you might also find a flaming imp to set you on fire. What I find is very helpful to do is, as you can see, I'm moving right over here towards the Turbo Cooper. You move a whole lot faster, and therefore you're a little less likely to get the living daylights knocked out of you by one of the Medusa. But just move on past them real quick, and then you'll find your way into the laundry room. Now, the laundry room, I've got to say, there's something I want us to look at in just a moment that absolutely bothers me. And I mean, it absolutely bothers me. Just the way that you'll see a captive person here in just a moment. And I'm trying to remember which one of these has the rare tome in it. And I think it's this one right here. I'm going to go for it anyway. There it is, the rare tome for you. But, something that I just wanted to show off real quick. You know, out of all the people that are here and are trapped, this guy absolutely annoys the living daylights out of me. You know, the other ones, I can somewhat understand why they're trapped, but this dude is trapped by towels and a rolled-up sleeping bag, or maybe a mattress. And the lock is just around his wrist. How is that keeping him, trapped? I guess maybe magic is the case, but it just blows my mind that out of all the people that are trapped and having issues right now, that guy is somehow trapped here. Oh, by the way, you want to see something really disturbing? There's an imp that got caught up in the press, and it's dead now. But, if you go about breaking these, I would dare say be very careful about which of these you break open. Because of the fact there are some Johnny and Clydes that are inside of some of the items here, so you want to be very, very careful. Now, you break this open, and you got, that. But when you break that, you got some ninja imps. So, ninja imp there isn't in and out of itself a bad thing. But what you want to do after you bust up that ninja imp is break this open, and there you've got a warlock. So all you got to do is defeat the warlock and don't take a hit. It shouldn't be too terribly difficult. Now, while I'm fighting against this guy, I want to kind of quickly make mention to something that I wanted to talk about real quick. You know, some individuals who have watched our videos, as far as the collaboration videos with me and the others, probably recognize me as the loudmouth of the group, the one that always yelling something, the one that's doing something stupid, and, may notice kind of a change in pace here. By the way, let me point something out real quick while I'm discussing this. Your Coopers can apparently attack you. So, yeah. I got attacked by one of my own Mini Coopers, and so now the Grim Reaper is after me. And he took out a ninja imp while he was at it, but the guy's dead. I'm recognized as the loudmouth of the group, and yet when it comes to something of this nature, I'm kind of low-key, kind of more calm than you would expect. One of the reasons why is because of the fact when you watch those videos, that's how I react with my friends and how we enjoy gaming as we enter into the servants' dormitory, and I hate this room, but I'll get back to this in just a moment. This is me playing video games with my friends, and I act like an idiot, and I do stupid things. When I'm playing games by myself, I'm a little bit more serious-minded and, whatnot, but I want to point out as far as why this room is aggravating. There are Johnny and Clydes, 3 of them to be exact, and as you're making your way through the dormitory, chests, wardrobes, things of that nature are going to be exploding as flying imps and other creatures are going to be exiting out of them. So that's going to cause you certain problems as you try to make your way through this area. So just be careful. If you're paying attention, you should be fine and shouldn't. Yeah. you shouldn't do what I did. I should have gone about a different way, but hey, making it through. There's a worm that's really ready to kill me, but he blows up off screen, and I think he hit a Johnny and Clyde. But in order to exit this room, you've got to kill a haunted door. And as much as I would love to say that I was able to kill this haunted door, I was not able to kill this haunted door. This haunted door absolutely beat the living daylights out of me. And you'll see it in just a moment. As I try to take it out, and I took out the imp for me. But you're in close quarter areas. You've really got to be careful where you're stepping. You don't want to step too far out of the hallway, because if you do, you're going to deal with a Johnny and Clyde, and you may end up doing what I did. So, yeah. We'll come back in just a moment with the fight. And here we are as we start the fight against this Joker all over again. And, again, I've got a flying imp that wants to take me out with him. By the way, I forgot to mention the fact that as you're fighting against this guy, you have to use nothing but weapons, but really and truly, I could have made this fight a lot easier had I killed the monsters that are along the way instead of taking it the way I did. I chose rather to just be stubborn about it. I didn't feel like fighting the Johnny and Clydes. I didn't feel like fighting the other creatures. I just wanted to go and do it my own way. Thankfully, I made it through this time. We got the rare tome rather, and we're making our way. I believe next we're heading into the attic. And there in the attic, we're going to meet up with another... Oh, no. I'm absolutely wrong. We're in the servant's bathroom, then we hit the attic. The servant's bathroom is so fun, and I mean that in the most sarcastic manner possible, because you have to survive a minute and 20 seconds, but if you notice, guess who's going to appear in about 20 seconds? That's right, it's the Grim Reaper. So what you want to do is you want to bust that open. There's your exit, as well as a dizziness soup can for the Grim Reaper. So if you'll notice, there's a worm, and there's a Grim Reaper. And by walking out this way, I also set off a haunted coat. So, yeah, I get to fight with him in just a moment. And the Grim Reaper is trying to hunt me down. So, grab the Dizzy Reaper. Okay, so you can attack the Grim Reaper while he's dizzy, and he won't attack back. But I've got this haunted coat I've got to take out, and I want to put enough room between myself and the Grim Reaper just in case I can't beat him in time. But here's the cool thing about this. If you take these haunted coats and you beat them, the Grim Reaper is going to come after you, but you have a traitor skeleton on your side who is going to sit there and beat on, and beat on, and beat on, and attack the Grim Reaper. You want to talk about helpful. And if you want the rare tome, here's what happens. You survive the round. I don't even want to call that a water heater. I'll just call that a heater. We'll just call it a water heater. A cursed mummy busts out of that, and you want to just run out of here because you don't want to get caught up in the cursed mummy. You don't want to get caught up in the skeleton. You certainly don't want to be caught up in death, and so just meander out of the room. And now, that should bring us to the attic. And there's Babs Buff Brass. And look what she has. A very special gun that we've used already. The Coke Launcher. One of my favorite in-game weapons. Now, you've got 45 seconds to leave this room before the Grim Reaper comes. And Crivens talked her into giving you the weaponry back. Isn't that very nice of Crivens? And really and truly, it's very nice of her in order to give us the weapon. Because of the fact that she has to clean up the mess. And no one takes her job seriously. And there we are being frightened by a monstrous octopus in the washing machine. You know, really and truly, the laundry should have been filled with those, and yet, that was a missed opportunity. But what I love about this gun is, you can pretty much take anything out with it. You see, you know, that television, 2 shots, gone. Flying imp, haunted chair, gone. Shoot them in the face and they're dead, and What's that? We're about to wander up on a haunted painting? Gone. Okay, we can't really do anything about the hands, but we do what we can about those. And then we take out the haunted television before it can do any harm. So, I mean, really and truly, the cool thing is as well, if you were to make it, or not be able to make it fast enough, and you'll notice in a moment, I realized that I forgot the rare tome and that I needed to grab it real quick. But one of the great things about this weapon is the fact that, let's say death gets a little too close to you, shoot him. And I can see the rare tome right now, and I feel stupid that I never noticed it, and I've seen the rare tome again. And finally I noticed it. But the cool thing is with that weapon is if you feel like you're about to get attacked by death, just shoot him. Shoot him with a gun, it'll knock him down, and it'll give you at least a few seconds to, you know, move ahead of him. But you see he's right there, and we have another scare opportunity. This monstrous creature is, he's got his head out there, he's trying to scare us, and he walks off the moment that he realizes he can't really frighten us. And so now we're back in the main hallway. And the cool thing about the grand hallway, the great thing about the grand hallway is you see all of these monsters, they've got all these weapons, and they're like, hey, we're going to kill you, you've got 1 health, but what they don't realize, I've got the Coke launcher, and boom, 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, 4 down. I broke open the wrong bust, but you break open the bust right here, and there's your rare tome. No real reason to hang around the room. And so we move on to the experimentation chamber. And you notice that there's the skeleton right there, and it looks like his nether region is about to be shocked, and his eyes are bulging out because of that. But there's your rare tome. And you want to start, you notice there's nowhere to go. Blow open the lockers, you've got the warlock. Now, here's the thing. You got to kill the warlock in 15 seconds. That shouldn't be too much of a problem for you because you have the Coke launcher. As long as you're paying attention to where he is, 2 shots and he's beat and you're good to go. So what you want to do from there is break open these cages. That'll give you some plus time, that'll give you a miniature Cooper, that will give you the invisibility, and you're going to need it in just a moment. Even there's some health if you want it. Because there's Babs Buff Brass, and she looks none too pleased with us. I didn't say anything. And she's angry because we've made up enough of a mess, and she takes it back away from us. I'm sorry. I was trying to live. You know, it seems like you guys don't get attacked, but well, Criven's got attacked, but it seems like none of the rest of you get attacked by the... Alright. Yeah, Fiddlesworth got attacked... Okay, and Cookie got... You're the only one that doesn't seem to get attacked by these creatures. And you're complaining because I'm trying to save my own life. Well, you try to exit out of the room as soon as the reverse controls are over, and we have another challenge. We have to kill 8 creatures using nothing but weapons. Kick that and release some ninja imps, and they'll help you fight. But you can use nothing but weapons at this point, which isn't bad for the most part. You know, take out the spider. After the spider, the creature that comes down is a worm. And let's be honest, you really don't want to... I kind of messed up there because no matter what I do at this point, I'm about to get hurt. Especially since I attacked without... having what I needed. But the cool thing is I'm able to wander around right now and kind of attack some creatures. My Mini Cooper is going to be gone in a moment, but I'm down to 2. The Cutlass is not quite the one-hit kill that I thought it was, but here comes the Grim Reaper wanting me dead. And he takes out a zombie for me. And notice that stupid little ninja imp just sitting there, kind of like, "Rah!" He just sat there being attacked by the wall the entire time, and it sounds like the Grim Reaper got someone else, but he didn't get me at least. And from there, we make our way to the haunted laboratory of Dr. Crackpot. And it seems almost as if this moment we've got a horrible boss battle ahead of us. Because of the fact that he knows what we want, and he pulls out the last piece of the rhyme. And he taunts us with it. And apparently we're way too slow, and now we're going to get shot. Here's a question I've got about this game. It shows him reaching to the dial, and it goes from Amber to Scary Amber to Going to Murder You Amber. I've never understood why Amber's on the dial, but all we had to do was do what you know, just stick the finger in the hold of the gun. It blew up in his face, and that should be the last time we see Dr. Crackpot in this game as he embarrassingly runs off. Great boss battle right there, ladies and gentlemen. Great. But now we've got the whole rhyme back together again. But what we're going to do here is we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back as we have to escape the laboratory now. But I look forward to seeing you next time. Later.